Hi there, my name's Kirsten Kingma. I'm an advanced life support paramedic, and today we are here on the slopes of Table Mountain for another episode of About Trail. So today we're going to talk about some common trail injuries that runners may experience, how to recognize them, what to do if they do occur, and how to prevent them. So the topics that we're going to cover today include hypothermia, dehydration, twisted ankles, cramps, and pulled muscles. So first up, we're talking about hypothermia. Hypothermia can happen in both warmer and cooler climates. When running in the Cape, which is a warmer climate, cloud can quickly come over, and this causes a decrease in temperature and an increase in wind, which increases the evaporation of sweat and convection of sweat off the skin. Signs of hypothermia include shivering, tiredness, stiff legs, fatigue, and dizziness. Mild hypothermia can be managed by maintaining motion. This ensures that the muscles keep on producing energy and heat. If you are unable to keep moving, you should ensure that you dry the skin of excess sweat, put on all base layers, find shelter in an area that's protected from wind, chill, and rain, and call for help as soon as possible. The next topic that we're going to discuss is dehydration. Dehydration can be a significant problem to trail runners when out on the trails, especially when they're doing long distances. Trail runners should always ensure that they have an adequate amount of water on them before they go out on their run, as well as an adequate amount of nutrition to ensure that dehydration does not occur. The types of solution that should be drunk should be mixed with both water and salts. Signs of dehydration include dizziness, confusion, tiredness, and dry mouth. If any of these symptoms start to occur, ensure that you drink some water. The next topic that we're going to discuss is twisted ankles. When a person twists their ankle, there is an immediate pain response to the body, and this causes an adrenaline and endorphin release. It is important for the runner to take a few seconds or even a few minutes to realize the extent of the injury. Once the runner has waited a few moments to assess the severity of the injured ankle, they should then attempt to weight bear. If they are able to weight bear but they are still in significant pain, they may use an item of clothing or even some tape if available to stabilize the ankle. If they are unable to move, it is very important to ensure that you call a rescue service to assist you off the mountain. If the twisted ankle is not severe, a runner can then apply the RICE principle. RICE stands for rest, ice, compression, and elevation of the injured limb. If the injury is severe that the runner is unable to weight bear, they should seek out immediate medical attention. The next topic we're going to discuss is cramping. While there's no concrete evidence as to the direct cause of cramping, there are many hypotheses that indicate that cramping can be caused by poor conditioning of the muscle, increased in intensity or duration of the exercise, and increased muscle fatigue. Muscle cramps have also been reported in people after drinking and eating excessively before exercise. It is important for you to figure out what your individual threshold is for cramps and to do what you can to avoid them. Simple strategies for managing cramps include stopping the activity that's causing the cramp, massaging the area with direct pressure, or stretching out the affected limb. The final topic today is pulled muscles. If you experience a sudden sharp pain, this could mean that you have pulled or torn a muscle. It is important to stop the activity immediately. A torn muscle occurs due to inadequate conditioning for the intensity or duration of the run. A torn muscle is best managed the same as a twisted ankle. Stop for a moment and identify the severity of the pain, and if you are able to weight bear. If unable to weight bear, immediately call for help. If you are able to weight bear, gradually increase the intensity of exercise as pain allows. Finally, to end off, I'd like to remind athletes of the importance of not training while ill. If you have any signs of systemic illness, which include fatigue, muscle cramps, headaches, fever, nausea, vomiting, it is advised to rather stay away from training for a minimum of 3 days until you feel better. Training under these conditions can lead to significant cardiac events and can be very detrimental to any athlete. MySOS is an app that is able to track runners as well as contact emergency services as required. I recommend that all runners download this app onto their phone and utilize it when going out on trail runs. The emergency number to call on any cell phone anywhere in the world is 112. This will connect to the emergency services, which will allow them to dispatch the appropriate emergency service required. When going out for a run, no matter how long or how short or what the conditions, every runner should make sure that they have the appropriate clothing, the correct amount of water and calories, and ideally take a running friend with you. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you on the trails.